in Maryland falling ahead of the holiday weekend. Right now, the state average sits at $4.77 a gallon. That's about 7 cents below the national average. But starting today, these prices will likely go up. Despite calls from many lawmakers, Maryland's gas tax officially rising overnight from 36 cents per gallon to 43 cents per gallon. It was a state law passed nearly a decade ago tying the gas tax to inflation. This morning, Kelly Schultz, a Republican candidate for governor, is joining us live to weigh in on her fight to suspend the gas tax, not just on the state level, but the federal level. Kelly, good morning to you. You know, we're seeing people from both sides of the aisle here calling for this suspension. Why did it not happen at midnight?
You know what? That's a great question. We've been calling for action on this for at least since the beginning of the year. When we saw inflation starting to tick up, realized that back in 2013, it was one of the taxes that were increased while I was in the House of Delegates, one of the almost over 40 tax increases that was increased at that period of time. And when I was asked my Democratic colleagues at that time in 2013 why they were doing it. I was a single mom. I had kids that were in high school. I couldn't afford tax increases. I knew that I couldn't pay for my kids' increase in the gas tax. And the very simple answer that they gave to me was because they could. Because there was no conversation. It was one-party rule. They increased it. They attached it to inflation back in 2013. And now we see an 18% increase in inflation. So up goes our gas tax.
Right.
And every Marylander is suffering because of it.
You know, looking at some of the state lawmakers who are against putting a suspension on that gas tax, they say the federal government needs to be doing this. Is there a reason why it shouldn't be done in the state level? Can Maryland not afford to do that? Or what would be the reasoning just to be pushing it to the feds?
Well, there is actually no reason why Maryland can't do it. And actually, before today, the comptroller, Peter Francho, could have extended the increase in the gas tax. He could have extended it out just like he's extended out other dates in the past for tax filings. This is a statutory item that needs to be fixed, and I'm the only candidate in both parties that have been talking about making sure that we eliminate this inflation tax the first year that I'm in the office and the governor.